All right, good morning, everyone. We're now live on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch. I actually hit to go live about 5 minutes ago, and it didn't. So apologies for that one, but we are on now. And what we're doing today, we're starting off with a few endgame puzzles around the 2500 to 3000 rating mark. And then after that, we're going to do some puzzle rush. Now, we did hit 68 as a personal best, getting around the high 50s lately, but 68 is the PB to beat. And also, yesterday I worked on making an app which allows people to control the board by typing in the chat. So we might test that out a little bit later if people are interested in giving that a go. But we do have a puzzle here, and it is white to move. So let's see if we can figure it out. So I'm inclined just to run the king. Oops, they go down here. And then you push, they go across here, push. They take, you take, they take, you take. That's a draw, that's no good. Is it, they get to here, and then Christian, good morning, welcome. And then we go here, and then they go here, we go here, they take, we take, they push up, and then we take here. I hate end games. Oh, I hate them so much. Was this the correct move then? Nope. I am terrible. I am terrible. Distant opposition. Oh, I didn't mean to move that. That's all right. I need to just adjust the settings on my board. There we go. Let's take that one back to the beginning and have a look at that real quick. So I had to go here. He goes there, we go here. And if I go there, so, oh wait, what was it? No, it's backwards first. If he goes here, I go here. If he goes here, I go here. If he goes here, I go up here. Wait, what was it? Oh, that's right, that was over here first. Juice, welcome, welcome. All right, so distant opposition. Where is everybody? We only just got started. But most people are on TikTok or YouTube. So that's wrong, and that's right. Keep the opposition. Keep the opposition. Now if I go here, the draw. If I go here, it's a win. And if I go here, it's a draw. So here is a draw. That's a misclick. Okay, so we know how it looks if we did it correct. What if we did it incorrect? What if we did it my way? Of me going first. What's the move here? Now that's losing. That's terrible, man. That's terrible. That's so difficult. All right. I need to practice on that. So we're going to do one more end game and then we're going to get into Puzzle Rush. Because there's one thing I've learned. If you're terrible at something, the best thing to do is avoid it. Okay, so we win the pawn race. I'm just thinking, stopping the bishop from getting here, hitting this one here. So if I push and they push, the diagonal is open. That's what I'm looking at here. So I push, they push, knight here, bishop here, knight blocks, bishop takes, and then it's an equal race, which is no good. But we've got over here, that's no good. I'm also looking at knight to g7 actually. Knight to g7, pawn push, fork, capture, but then it's still a draw. So what I looked at next was knight to g7, hitting the pawn pushes, it goes here, and then it takes, and then the king takes, and then we push, and the bishop comes in, and it's going to stop the pawn from promoting, so that's still a draw.
Hello, welcome to the party.
I'm thinking start by pushing, and that's wrong, and that's wrong. Let's have a look. I need to really work on my end games. Okay, so then you push, they push, and then it's king here. Stopping the pawn. And the king's on the file. Damn, that's tough. Alright, I'm getting out of there. I'm going to Puzzle Rush. Something I can at least enjoy a little bit. Alright. Let's connect the board. And this one's going to be black to move. Okay. A little bit more in our territory here. Check. If he goes here, it's mate. If he goes here, we have a fork, and check. If he goes here, check, and then checkmate. So they all seem good. Going to be very tilted if I got that one wrong as well. The next one's going to be white to move. Okay, what's this, like a mate in 5? Queen here. Doesn't matter where the king goes. Rook here. King goes to here. Queen comes across. King goes to here. Rook comes back. King goes to here. And then queen comes down to here. Is what I got. And I missed the move. Good morning, Benny. Welcome. How are you? I missed the move. Like, it's not a problem, but it's yeah, I should be spotting these as well. I'm good, I'm good. You just missed me trying to solve 2500 to 3000 rated puzzles. My endgame skills definitely lacking. And, probably not a great way to start the morning with extremely difficult puzzles. So now we're doing a bit of Puzzle Rush. Now I did work on an application yesterday which allows people in chat to do messages to control the board. So we might test that out a little bit later. Are you going to be around for long today? Okay, maiden 2 with a check, and then here it can't go there. Actually, it's maiden 3. It's maiden 3, but still. Yeah, no worries, no worries. I'm gonna see how I go today and maybe test it out a little bit later. It's a work in progress. So I tested it out yesterday real quick. Actually got a strike from TikTok for doing a non-quality stream. But yeah, it's a I tested it out yesterday. It's working with YouTube and TikTok. Sorry to the people on Twitch, but it's really cool because it opens the voting for like 20 seconds and people can vote on what move to make, and then it will automatically pick the most popular move and do it on the board. So I thought that was pretty cool. This one's black to move. How do I stream to multiple places at the same time? There's different ways you can do it. You can do it through, if you've got a strong enough PC and a good enough internet connection, you can actually just stream to multiple platforms off your computer. If you don't, you can always use a service that will stream and then it will split the stream out to multiple destinations. There's something here. I'm looking at Rook H2, but I'm not quite seeing it yet. There's something to do with the bishop being blocked by the knight, I think. Now, they've actually got a lot of checks and they've got my queen under attack, the bishop's under attack. So it must continue with a check. And the reason I mentioned the bishop is because if we had rook takes, king takes, knight here, if the bishop wasn't here, the queen could swing across. But then I realized we got the rook down here as well. And that makes it a lot easier. See a reason to do knight first. And we're going to be black to move again. That's a fork. Rook takes rook, queen takes rook, queen takes queen, knight takes, then bishop to d3, and then rook to a1 defending the knight, and then rook to f8. So, oh, not queen takes, rook takes, queen takes, queen takes, knight takes, bishop forks, rook defends, and then the other rook comes over and attacks the pinned knight. Little bit of an addition in that one, but it was still fine because the bishop was able to come back and take, and then it could come back and defend the rook if the other rook swung over to attack the bishop and pin the bishop. Okay, this one's a discovered attack. So, yep, take knight, and then the bishop takes on h2 and we win. Queen takes, check. This one's wide to move. Let me spin it around. Okay, we're in check. And thank you for the follow. SIA. Later on, I'm going to connect chat to the board so you can play against me on the board if you're interested in trying it out from a distance. I mean, surely it has to be taking. What do you mean? How do we do these puzzles? Like, how do we solve them, or how are they working on the board? Surely it has to be taking, because if we do something like this, yeah, this is chess.com. Yes, I could play viewers tonight for sure. This one I'm doing it through Puzzle Rush. So, do I take? Yes, I do take. I do take. I have to take. Okay. Everything I have is on a dark square. So if I go here and they go here, I can still go back here because the light squared bishop has no discovered check that can attack any of my pieces. He could go here and the king's here and then I could block. So I'm thinking about this one. If I go here, I can't go there. So if I go here, he can take the rook. So yes, they do. They do move on their own. So each time a new puzzle updates, they'll update to the position, and then they'll play out the variation for the opponent. Can also use them to play people in games. So a lot of fun with that one. And this one is it's a little bit more than 400. It's a little bit more than 400. I do have my website, which I'll pop on the screen now. Feel free to take a screenshot of that if you want, and you can check it out whenever you want. Over there, this one's called The Move. And I've got a discount code on there so you can get the best price. I've also done reviews and tutorials on it, on how to get better using it. So make sure you check that out. This one here, I'm just looking at bishop takes knight with a check. Let's say bishop blocks. Take the bishop with check again and then take the knight. And I will have 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I will have 2 pieces against 1.
You seem like a nice guy in chess community. Chess community is, at least online, very, as it seems, toxic.
Very nice guy. Yeah. Oh, hello.
Oh, sorry. I'm really sorry, mate. My name's Warren from RCS. I'll come back. I didn't think anyone was here, mate.
Oh, that's
I'll come back to the air conditioning.
What time?
What time do you got? It's best for you.
After 12.
After 12.
Perfect.
Thank you, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, the community, you know, it can be very good, very nice, but it can also be very, they can say some hurtful things, but it's all right. It's all right. You know, just treat people how you want to be treated, I guess is the way to go. You know, I think some of the nicest people I've met have been at clubs. But even then you bump into the odd one here or there who is a bit, you know, it could be a little bit nicer. You'll get it anywhere. Any hobby, any place, you'll get it. We've got the fork. What we do, come back, defend. We're all good. Yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, white to move. This one hasn't set up correctly. Just one moment. What have we got here? Bishop here, and where's my queen? Is that it? No, there's one more piece here. All right. Okay, I think this one is winning a knight. So we could take the knight or the bishop. What I looked at here was push, and then take, hits the rook. So they got to defend the rook, and then you take the bishop here. And thank you for the follow. Wait. Just as I went to lift that, I looked at queen here, and just got to check that's not a problem, which I don't think it is. Like, if the pawn is here, the queen is here, he can't do anything, and that still attacks here. So yeah, we could take the bishop, but then we've just got a knight versus a knight. So I still think that the pawn here is the right move. Oh no. Oh, because the queen, yeah, because the pawn moving out of the way. Why was mine not right though? Mine felt, maybe because I lose that pawn. Let's have a look. So if I push, queen takes h3. What did I miss here? Oh, the pin. My bad. I'm gonna blame the coffee. Hasn't kicked in yet. All right, that's all right. We can recover from this. Queen takes, queen check, rook takes, and then rook takes. Gotta be. That's what happens. I get one that I fail on, then they give me an easy one just to make up for it. Where did I get the board? So they sent me this board. I'll put the website on screen now if you want to take a screenshot of that. You can check out my website. I've done tutorials and reviews on this board and all the other boards. This one's called the Chessnut Move, and it's got links to the site there so that you can buy it. I also have a code on there which will get you the best price. I may not have updated the prices correctly on that page though, so I need to look into that today. I said that yesterday, and I'll probably say it tomorrow.
Chosen is my go-to nice guy in chess. He proves you don't have to be an Earl to be good at chess.
That's right, you don't. You don't. Look, a little smack talk between friends is fine, in my opinion. If you're playing games over a couple of drinks and you're having a little bit of fun banter, I think that's fine. But I always thought this game was more of a gentleman's game, and I don't think we need to be too harsh to each other. I think we should always start the game and finish the game with a handshake. And when you're playing against the other person, it's a war, and there's no friends when you're at war. But after it, once the game is over, you just got to remember it was a game, and you just got to work together, help each other get better. So bishop b2, rook d2, checkmate. p2, welcome. So I'm looking at rook takes. Now I always get these ones wrong. And even if the pawn pushes up, then you can go back, and you've just got to get to a position where the two bishops are hitting, the rook is covering, and nothing can block the checks. So you're saying bishop b2, and then rook move. I think that works too. So this is the one where I always get this wrong because I always look at the wrong move order. So bishop takes, king there, rook moves, discovered check. Can be blocked, can't be blocked. Okay. So the only problem with my one is it gives them a move. It gives them time to find a way out of it. Check. Has to go here. And then rook moves here, blocking the rook from the square. Bishop can block, and then bishop can take. How do you connect to chess.com? Is it easy? Okay, so there's two ways to connect. The first is through the official app, and it's pretty easy. And the second way is to use an extension or a different app. So the app that I use on my laptop is very easy. I just installed it on Chrome, and then it just works. So yeah, I wouldn't say it's difficult at all. It's got its own official app. This one's wide to move. Let me just turn it around. But yeah, very, very easy to connect the board. I feel like his bishop takes d6. So, Blair, welcome. Did I miss one of your messages? Try me. Maybe. Have I ever met you before? Or have you just popped in? Yes, I'm thinking bishop takes, hits the queen, queen moves, bishop takes. Well, welcome, welcome. I don't do viewer challenges for people who are just new here. Had some bad experiences in the past and like to avoid those. We are doing puzzles today though, and later on, if I've got time, I'm actually going to set the board up so that people can input their moves through the chat. But yeah, I don't think many people want to see me play, based on the terrible moves I make. I'm just going to speed through this one. Black to move. I don't play unrated games. I'm thinking knight takes f3. Knight takes f3. Wins a pawn. You can also win the knight on h1. And then the queen will actually defend the knight. But then they could go bishop to g2. However, then you've probably got knight to d4. So let me just show that. Let me just show that real quick. So, take, move, take, block, and then knight here hitting the king, and then the queen can escape. No, we're doing puzzles today. Yes, I think that's the move. Thank you for the follow, Victor. Welcome. Thank you for the follow. All right, next one's gonna be black to move. Okay. So this one's a trapped bishop, but you can't do the pawn push first because they could go queen takes, king takes, and then the pawn is undefended, the bishop gets away. So first we've got to go queen takes, king or knight take, and then we trap the bishop. I think... Maiden Mate in 3. 1, 2, mate in 3, mate in 3. This is a good one. I'll leave it for someone to shout out. It's white to move, so I just need to rotate the board. Very good. Check. And then we exploit the pin. Check. And then we take on G7. The next one's going to be black to move. Okay, this one's a checkmating pattern. Rook d1, king takes, and then bishop b3 is correct, yeah. Was it bishop b3 though? Bishop a4? So, rook up, they take, and then we've got a double check, discovered, and then king goes over, and then queen comes up. Something like that looks good. The only thing is, if he goes here, and then we've got something like that, so should be fine. That's alright, Victor, I know that feeling. And white to move. Move, it is white to move. So I'm looking at queen takes bishop to start with. Just trying to see if there's anything better. Okay, I'm not sure the follow-up, but queen takes bishop, king here, unless they block. And they block, you know, you're happy, but because then you got up there. But queen takes bishop, king here, and then just trying to see like what it is from there. You've got to be mindful of this. But I'm going to start with queen takes bishop. Oh, there it is. There it is. Yeah, it's a back rank. I'm disappointed I didn't see that before making the first move. But queen takes bishop was just like, it just had to be done. Black to move. This one's a interesting. No, I don't think it's queen takes rook. I don't think it's queen takes rook. because queen takes rook, queen takes. We got here, and then they go here, and then we have here. I'm just looking at the move order. What about knight here? If rook takes, then we've got checkmate. Knight here, if king goes here, then we have check, then they have to take, and then we take with the bishop and it's checkmate. Yeah, so it's got to be knight first here. Queen takes, knight there. I think they both lead to checkmate, but the only difference... Yeah, the only difference is with queen here, they actually have knight here. Ok, this is the Chessnut move. If you want to check it out, feel free to take a screenshot now. I've just put my website on the screen, and you can head over there whenever you want. I've done reviews and tutorials on this board and all the other boards that are seen on there. It's also got a link to their store, and I've got a discount code on there so that you can get the best price. So yeah, this one here. Yeah, Victor, we're about the same. No need to rush though. Take your time. It's what it's there for. Yeah, you got to. The flex. All right, this one's white to move. Okay, there it is. So this one is a it's a queen sax smothered mate, sort of. If we go here straight away, and they take with the rook, then it would be a smothered mate. But if we go here and they take with the king, then you've lost a queen. And by the way, good morning, Stone Frog. Welcome back. Now, actually here first. And the reason is if they take here, we've got a back rank. And here, if they go here, then we do have the smothered mate pattern. And then they go back, and then the queen comes in, and then they have to take with the rook because the knight is defending the square. And then you've got your checkmate. So just got to be very careful with these ones. And they took the fun out of it by taking the knight. Okay, this one's black to move. Almost a trapped queen. Queen can get away. So if we go a rook here, queen can't go here or here because of the knight and the rook, and can't go here because of the knight, can't go anywhere on the file because of the rook, so they only get one square. So they go here. And then you've got a skewer and a fork. and they can't defend both. I think this is my favorite song out of the whole playlist. I mean, it must be queen takes, right? I can't see anything else. Good morning, BWK, welcome. I'm not seeing anything else other than E6 seems like the move, because F6 will be hit by 95. So here versus here, 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 and then here, and then here. Just seems like a better option. Here, even if they go there, that's okay. King F6, King F6, everyone's saying King F. What am I missing? Thank you for the follow. What am I missing? Why King F6? They have D4. Interesting. And then they have the fork. And thank you for the follow. Yeah, okay. So here, and then here, I guess. My elo is very low. Did anyone see that? Anyone see that at all? Christine, did you see Queen takes? Anyone? Oh, that's clever. I didn't like that puzzle. Didn't like it at all. To answer your question, I'm around 1750, 1800. What do you mean, no sound? Pretty sure. Pretty sure you just need to press the unmute button. Black to move, black to move.
No sound.
Yeah, I just tested on YouTube. That sound. I don't know if I like I don't know if I like Rook C2. Can anyone on YouTube confirm if they can hear me? Because pretty sure it's working. Yeah, bishop to f3 looks pretty good. Knight takes bishop and then queen takes bishop. Looks like something. How many people are watching on YouTube? Let's have a look. Oh, we got a couple of people on YouTube. Yeah, if anyone over on YouTube can confirm with Alan that the sound is going, because it's going on all the other platforms, and I can hear it when I unmute. Okay, so I just had a look at Rook C1, King takes Queen here, but then they've got two pieces that can jump, or three pieces that can jump in and block. So I'm dismissing that one. Thank you, Stonefrog. Okay. Okay. Bishop here. If they go here, you've got a check, discovered check, and then you can capture. I don't think that's winning though. So bishop here, take back, capture, 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 capture. Yeah, you know what? I think that's winning. Bishop here. So if they go this way, we've got queen here, king up, and then something. Queen g4 is no good because they've got queen takes queen. Let's have a look at bishop f3 again real quick. So bishop f3, they can't block, they have to move. They have to move. They can't go here, they can only go here. Oh, sorry, they can capture. So they can capture. We can go here. And then they can block. And I don't see anything good from there. So I'm leaning towards this one. Here, they go here. Well, it has to be a check. It has to be a check because if we do something like this, they've got checks that they can do, and then it's all trouble from there. So we can rule out the queen checks because that's no good, and that's no good. So we can rule out all the queen checks. That leaves the rook check. Now if they take, that's the only move that I can see which is good, but then there are 3 pieces that are defending it. I'm scared to lose, Gritty Bone. Scared to lose.
Can I play next? Or you scared to lose?
Terrified. So yeah, I'm ruling out that one. So it's going to be a bishop move, and there are two moves that are interesting. Bishop c2 or f3. Okay, so looking at this one, here, 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 block, remove the defender, queen takes, and then rook blocks, and then I'm not seeing anything from here which is good. I'm not finding any good move from that. the knight is worthless, but we might find that it's got something to do with it. So yeah, I'm not seeing the way out, so now I'm going to explore this. Okay. So if they go here, the bishop comes back, hitting the queen. That's good. If they go here, we've got queen here. That's good. And if they go here, actually, I'm not even sure if that is good, because they do have this. Bishop here, king comes across, queen goes back, king comes up, bishop here. The bishop f3, knight takes, queen f1, king goes to d2. Bishop c2. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Keeping it simple is just it's just bishop to c2. I'm just looking to see if it's better than winning the queen. I don't think there is. So wait, maybe there is. Take here, check. Here, check. Here. You get the way. You get the way. I think taking the queen. Yeah, taking the queen. Let's just take the queen. I didn't even see that move. That was a difficult one. All right, white to move, white to move. Trap the bishop.
NGL puzzles with the mechanical board looks amazing.
Absolutely, it is. Thread and mate. If the pawn blocks, attack the bishop. But then the other pawn can come up. And then pressure the pinned piece. Maybe. I think I'm overthinking it. And obviously, if a bishop comes back to defend, then we just take, and then we take. Push pawn. Nah. Like, if they take, that's great. But is it? Bang. I think thread and checkmate is the way to go here. And now we go back. Thread and checkmate again. And next one's white to move. Maiden 2. Bishop here. Queen's got these cut off. King has to go down. And then knight to here, which attacks that square and that square. The bishop holds these squares and the queen holds these squares. And the pawns hold these squares. Yeah, don't be tempted. Don't be tempted by that. When we got this. Don't be tempted.
I was tempted by that.
Don't be tempted. Yeah, it's a very you know, it's probably winning, but yeah, winning is better than winning. Queen h5 is the first move that comes to mind. Yeah, so Queen h5, and they go up. This doesn't work because the bishop can take, so we've got to find a different way. And then I had a look at here, and there's no way to block it. It's just a mate in 2. Push pawn check. Let me have a look. Let me have a look. What? That's all right. That's all right. While the next position sets up, let's just quickly have a look at push pawn check. So queen here, king up, push pawn. Nah, because they just take with their pawn. Oh, en passant. Nah. I didn't. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. All right, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Is anyone else looking at this magical move? Anyone looking at that one? King takes, pawn takes check, discard check. But then they can just go here. So I don't think it's that magical. But we could dream. If only we had another rook to come over, then it could have been something. But let's have a look at it seriously. Okay, there it is. Push, check, king moves, any of these squares, queen goes here. And the only way to stop the mate is to go here, defending the square. And then you take, they take, and then you win. But you're not winning because it's still got more material. So there must be a mate here. Okay, there it is. There it is. So when the queen goes here, they actually clear the square for the knight. So push, let's say they go here. Here, they go here. Knight comes here, check. King can only go here, and then the pawn pushes forward. That's checkmate. Push, let's say they go up here. Again, we do it. And then knight goes here. Stopping that square, we can still push forward. And of course, if they go here, we just push them onto one of those squares. That's a good one. So knight g5 wasn't quite checkmate, but yes, I think we're on the right page there. This one's black to move. Let me rotate. I don't know if I'm ready for a phrase. Catchphrase. I don't know if I can do that. Black to move. Black to move. We would love to go here, but we can't.
What board is that and where can I buy it?
Trev, it's the Chessnut move. I'll pop my website on the screen here. You can go to that website and that can take you directly to the store. You are watching on YouTube, so I have done tutorials and reviews on this board and all the boards you can see on the screen right now. And I do have a discount code on there which will get you the best price. So feel free to use that if you decide to get the board. But yeah, I've done reviews and tutorials on them. If you want to check out the reviews and you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment in there. I answer every comment. All right, let's have a look here. So yeah, I want to push the pawn, but this rook is stopping me. I looked at this as well, but then the king just gets out here. This is one of those puzzles which is probably really obvious, and I'm just missing it. I feel like that's something, but I feel like it's a bit too slow. What if we make him move the knight? How do we do that? How do we tell him to move the knight? How do we... Austin, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. I mean, I'm looking at here and then here and then here. So let's say I do that. Here, he goes here. Here. Rook goes here. We take, he takes, we take. No, I'm not liking that because that pawn is going to be very quick. I mean, d takes e. If the knight takes, and we do have this move here, and then the knight can block. Take, 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 king moves up. D takes e, it doesn't force the knight to move though, the knight can still go here. I mean, I am leaning towards d takes. Yeah, I tend to agree that rook f5 looks like the next logical move. I mean, it's under attack too, so... Pawn takes? We can't go pawn g6 because it's pinned by the rook. And we are in check as well, so we got to get out of check. Yeah, if we move the king, then they can come down as actually checkmate. Doesn't matter where we go. So we have to take the knight. And the question is, take it with the pawn or the rook? Take with the rook, they take with the pawn. And then I think it's GG. So I'm pretty sure you have to take with the pawn. Take it with the pawn, pawn takes. And then rook captures, or rook captures, and then you can actually force a draw. Or apparently you could have forced mate, I guess. I gotta check this. I gotta know why they took. What happened if they go here? It is mate in 6. Yeah, I did look at this. Oh, okay, and then maybe just bring the rook up, and if he goes up, then come back down. Or not. Yeah, okay. That one was tough. I think d takes e5 was pretty difficult to find. Okay, so this one is white to move. Shannon, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Well, blocking the check is out of the question. That loses a piece, that loses a piece, so we can scrap those. We can't capture, so we can only move. Now there's a couple of moves, and they all get a discovered check. I feel like putting the king here doesn't seem too good. So I feel like putting the king here or here is actually pretty good. And then they get another discovered check after that.
YW. Nice use of that board. I have a pro, unfortunately.
I wouldn't say unfortunately. The Pro is an amazing board too. It's one of my favorites. I would say out of all the boards, I've got all of them. I would say the Pro and the Move, they're both really good. Evo's not too bad, but I like the size of the Pro. I like the look of the Pro, and I like the way the Move functions. So I wouldn't say that unfortunately you've got the Move.
Hey, I have a question. With the Chessnut, say I set up a position from a book. Can you save those book puzzles in the app? So I can replay them at a later time. And how many games or positions can you save?
For the games or positions, if you're playing just on the board itself without a app, so you're playing over the board against someone else, I believe they can hold like 50 games. So not many, but enough. And then you transfer them to the app when you load the app. For the app, I don't think there is a limit on how many games you can save. Now, as for positions, you set up a position from a book and you start playing it against the app. And then you want to quit the game, you can save and quit. And you should be able to revisit that game later. I've never done that before, but I'm pretty sure that's how it would work. I'll test it out later for you.
Course. Basically I have a bunch of chess books that have puzzles that I plan on attempting, but I want to be able to save the PGN positions in the app.
Yeah, you should be able to. Are you using Android or are you using iOS? Christine, what's the difference between King F7 and King E7? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Taking the pawn doesn't seem like it's just equal. Going here doesn't seem to help with the rook cutting it off. I don't think the bishop and the knight can do anything. But what I can't see is why one of these is right and one is wrong. F7 just seems more logical, but even then, I'm going there. So why is that any different to that? That's what I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to figure out why one of these is right and one is wrong. Is it because I'm not actually giving the discovered check? Instead, I'm going here. But then they can go here. Then I go here. Threatens checkmate, but they've always got rook down there, but the bishop is covering. So I thought the king could run away then. So if I go here, no. Okay, so I was destined to get this one wrong anyway. What's the next move? So I thought the king would be running away here. Wait for the engine update. And then what? Yeah, I'm not seeing this. I'm not seeing this. What I saw. Let's see why it was wrong. I saw this next. And he can't go here because we take there. Then he goes here. This is the part where I start getting tired. If the king ran away, you could give check and then take the rook. Let's have a look. So we can't do that because the rook would be undefended. And if we do this, they go here. Check with the bishop here. Then they go here. And they're in the center. Yeah, check with the bishop. Yeah. And then here. And they run. So I'm not seeing this one. That's alright. That's alright. White to move. Yeah, it's alright. It's once you get past 40, then it starts getting a bit easier. That's what I found. E4, very nice, very nice. E4, they capture, you trap the queen. One's black to move. Okay, I think this one is push pawn. So the problem here, you take, they go there. If you take and the pawn pushes, you go here, and then the king comes down and you get in there, that's fine. But if you take and the king goes here first, you can only go there. And then they drop down, you go down, king goes down, pawn goes up, whatever. But the point is, even if you don't chase, the pawns are going to promote at the same time. If you go here, and then they go here, and then you go here, and they go here, they're not going to be able to promote because your queen is going to hit the king with check. Pretty easy one. Yeah, you did. Pinned comment. Oh,
My work here is done. Yay, I got one right.
checkmate in 3. 1, drop down, 2, go back up, 3. It's white to move. I want to play this one real quick. Knight c7 attacking the queen. And then knight here for a check. Didn't expect him to do that. I thought he was going to take. And then I had this one over here. But no, not yet. Let's go here first. Damn. 51. Yeah, I decided to speed these ones up because I actually want to test something out here. So let's just have a quick look at this one. So take, check. What's the move here? I went here. Is it here? No, it's not there. What is it? Oh yeah, free piece. Okay. Let's try something. If I go to study, and I go to my private studies, fun games, delete from here. All right. Just gonna try something, guys. Bear with me for one moment. Okay, the board is setting up. Alright guys, white to move, what's the move? Let's see if I can get this working. Has TikTok connected to the chat? Just trying to see if I can get this working. I had it working yesterday. So it's not going to work through Twitch, unfortunately. It's only going to work through YouTube and TikTok. Okay, so it's working on YouTube. So one vote's gone through on YouTube. And just waiting for the voting to close. And then it should work. And then when I make a move, it will reopen the voting, and now we can vote again. Let me just see if I can figure out why it's not working on TikTok, because it was working on... Was it working on TikTok yesterday? Let me just try. Let's see if this works. Oh, and let me just adjust this screen so that we can see it a little bit better. Alright, so we've got a vote on YouTube for Knight C3. I wonder why it's not working for TikTok chat. It's interesting. It's interesting. I had it working yesterday for TikTok, and it says it's connected, but it's just not. The chat's just not coming through on the program that I made. But that's okay. At least we know it's working for YouTube. How are we going? Can we see it on YouTube? Okay. Is the screen okay on YouTube? Let's just move that. Let's shuffle it across a little bit. I think I go here. Yeah, so I'll look into that. I'll see why it's not working on TikTok. It's a bit of a shame because I did have it going yesterday, so it was working yesterday. How does this look on the screen? Make it a little bit smaller. So if somebody wrote knight c7, not a valid move. Oh, but that's 10 minutes ago, that's okay. Why is my chat not updated? Yeah, loud bang. Loud bang came from upstairs. OO is not going to work. 0, 0 should work. So let's try that. Yeah, so you typed the letter O space hyphen space O. It needed to be 0 hyphen 0, no spaces. Yeah, some technical difficulties here, but yeah, I just wanted to test this out and see how it went. And it looks pretty good. Not sure why TikTok is being difficult, but yeah, I can look into that this afternoon. All right. Unfortunately, it is 11:30, and I do have a air conditioning repair coming in very, very shortly. So I do have to go. But who is voting? Who is voting? Jonty, thank you so much for helping me test this out. I'll work on it tonight and I'll see if I can make it a little bit better. But other than that, unfortunately, I do have to get going. I will be back tomorrow at the same time. So thank you all for joining in. Don't forget to hit follow if you haven't already, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see you next time.
Don't worry about that game. It's on the next one. Yeah, he's on the next one. Clock still ticking, yeah, his lesson just begun. Pieces hit the board and his whole heart sank. Sat there staring like, how they miss that? No prep, rush moves, played it all wrong. Thought he saw the tactics, stared at it too long. Silence in the room while he's shaking his head. Beacon may be kept, just lives in his head. Every loss heavy when he's chasing the climb. Every wrong move had the wind back in his mind. Tells himself study, tells himself focus. But the score, she's staring back like he's hopeless. Looks at the board, barely says a breath. Man, he really threw that game to death. Yeah, they saying he a loser. Blunder like a club room loser. Trap his queen like nice maneuver. He's looking at the board like, who even taught it? Trains every night and still forgot the structure. Wanted to play solid, ended up chaotic. Chess got dreams, but the moves look comic. Yeah, he felt his time, yeah, he played it dumb. Whole chat watching like, what's he done? But he's writing those mistakes down one by one. Next time he the one saying checkmate, son. So laugh right now, yeah, he earned